And for Kenneth Eriksson, all was not now well. His Pajero had ground to a halt in the dunes with a front differential problem which the crew were unable to repair themselves. That obliged them to wait for service support, and it turned out to be a long wait. Eriksson wasn't the only one in trouble. Bruno Saby was stuck as well, but in his case the problem was only soft sand. But only hardly does the stuff justice. The Pajero had sunk up to the axles in sand, and digging it free by hand cost 30 minutes and saw Bruno Saby in 5th place at the end of the day. Still not bad for a new car on its first outing, especially since the problem was nothing that could have been engineered away. The cheerful Jean-Louis Schlesser had entered his Paris-Cape Town buggy, but a transmission failure completely put an end to his event on the 3rd day. And meanwhile, the clock had more or less put an end to Kenneth Eriksson's rally as well. Though the fault was repairable, it took a long time for the work to be completed. In fact, to be more truthful, it was a long time before it could be started, and Eriksson lost 9 hours just waiting. However, there are always worse ways to retire in the desert, and as always the sand dunes claimed the unwary. It's easier than it looks to miss a sudden drop and nose over just that little bit too hard. As a rule though, these things tend to do little harm to the crew, though the results for the machinery can be quite severe. But the crew inside the vehicles are well protected by safety straps and roll cages and tend to come out shaken and stirred, but otherwise unhurt, from quite severe end-over-end rolls which scatter bodywork and spare parts all over the desert. Day 4 struck even deeper into the sand, and again the weather intervened, blowing up a sandstorm which threatened navigation for all the riders and drivers. Despite that, the battle for stage honours was fought out between Fontenay and Lartigue as if they were circuit racing, chasing each other through the dunes and swapping the lead over and over again. "I enjoyed that," said Fontenay later, "the best day's driving I can remember." Stopping to help a bike rider who'd fallen and hurt himself delayed Eriksson again, but he was so far behind the leaders that it made little difference to him.